Before we start this video, a quick disclaimer, this is not going to be, ooh, look at the pretty pictures. Unfortunately, this is going to be for nerds only. This is strictly going to be about scope building, so if you're not interested in that, now is the time to move forward. Okay, if you're still with me, thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to this journey. So we've got this new scope, and I really want to go through how we're going to make this scope better. But first, before we start anything else, I'll give you a quick preface about how we came about getting the scope. Sometimes on the internet, we find some wonderful things. In the world of astrophotography, we never usually get what we call good bargains. Usually it's things that have been secondhand, which is, for people like me, the best way to get involved. That is until you come across something that comes once in a blue moon, so to speak. The other day I was trawling across YouTube and I found something fantastic. An 8-inch Newtonian going for £1.19 for a bid. I put in my bid and guess what? I won for the grand total of £2.22. Now, I knew when I got this that it might potentially be a dud, and quite frankly, I'm still not sure if it is or not. But I'd like to welcome to the family my new scope. As far as I'm aware, I have no idea what she is. There are no markings to say what type of scope this is. All I know is that it has a 200mm aperture, and having looked around, it potentially might be an 800mm focal length, which essentially puts it around about an f3, f4. It is old. It is very heavy. I think the external is made out of aluminium or steel. And quite frankly, this is going to be my new project. So the order of the day is I need to find, number one, a new focuser. I need to find some new vanes, as these are really, really thick. The mirrors seem to be in optimal position, but they definitely need a clean. And it's not very user-friendly at the back to collimate. So there's a lot of things that we need to do here. A fair bit of money to put in towards this baby. But I'm hoping towards the end of it, we're going to come across something special. Now, roughly speaking, I've checked it out on Astro Tools, the field of view. This roughly is the same field of view as my 130 PDS. And I'm thinking, well, what's the difference between the two? Well, having done some research on it, not much. The only difference is, because this has got the bigger mirror, right back there, in comparison to the 130, around about 70 centimetres more, 7 centimetres? 7 centimetres more, we actually managed to get more detail from what we're looking at. So for things like nebulas, we'll see more dust lanes. For things like galaxies, we'll see a little bit more detail. And I'm hoping that later on down the line that we can find something that actually going to fit this, because my EQM 35 Pro isn't strong enough to hold the weight of this, which I still need to weigh. I still don't know how much it weighs. So if anybody knows, number one, what type of scope this is. Number two, if it's got any particular brand. And number three, any tips about how to make this into a much better scope. Please leave a like or comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But for £2.22, that is not a bad steal. These videos I'm going to keep separate from my main videos, simply in the interest is that not everybody is into nerdy things. So I'm going to house it in a completely different place, probably under ProJect Gremlin or something along those lines. So, a couple of things I would like to ask. If anybody's interested and somebody is following this, I'd love to ask some questions, because I'm not what they call an expert at this. I'm literally using ChatGPT and YouTube to get me through. So some of the questions I would like answered is, number one, how do I figure out the focal length good and proper? I have a feeling that it is an 800mm focal length. However, the person who sold it to me told me it was a 640mm, which would put it at something like f2, which I don't think is quite true. Number two, the focuser. I'm looking to get a Crawford dual focused focuser. Is there anything specific that I need to know about it, such as back focus? The one that I currently have on here is quite large. It's a good, I would say a good 2 to 3 inches in size and diameter. So I really in size, So I'm really interested to know whether or not I need to keep it something similar, or whether there might need to be a bit of back focus. If anybody's got any information, that would be fantastic. The other thing I'd like to ask about is the vanes. The mirror, the secondary mirror on this is absolutely huge. It's the biggest one I've seen so far. Absolutely massive. It's a good, again, 3 inches across, which would go alongside it being quite a fast telescope. But obviously the vanes on this telescope are really huge. I mean, they're very chunky. And I'm quite aware that that will cause quite a fair bit of diffraction. And I'd quite like to reduce that. Now, I know that Astrobiscuit is selling some front ends for 8-inch Newtonians, and I'm really looking into that, and I'd quite like to see if they would work, but I am aware they are quite pricey. But I would, as somewhat of a hero of mine, I would quite like to jump on board and see what they're like. But if they would work, I'd like to know. If anybody's got any comments about that, that'd be fantastic. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to drop the next video as soon as I can. I'm going to start getting some more videos out soon on my normal channel. Unfortunately, the weather's been horrific. More clouds than I've ever seen in my life. But hopefully, we might be getting some better weather coming up soon. So thank you very much for staying with us. We're going to get out soon, and we're going to get these videos running as soon as I get some funds to get some pieces. Thank you very much.